Hey guys, real quick, we got some merch available. The I Control Fire shirt and the Ozempic shirt back by popular demand until December 7th. So feel free to click the link in the description or in the comment section, wherever the hell it's at, and pick up some merch. See ya. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, come in and sit on down. Today we're going to be talking about some of the biggest frauds in history. Do you think I'm talking about Enron? I could be. What about that one guy on Wall Street that was like a giant pyramid schemer? He was like money laundering or something. His name Monk? Nope. That's the show about the germaphobe detective. That's a good show. So is House. Nope. I'm talking about two of the people that I hate more than anyone else in the entire world, the Warrens.
In the name of Jesus Christ.
Listen, the Conjuring franchise is one of the largest horror universes ever in cinema history. It is the most profitable, I can't believe that too, by the way. The Conjuring is the most profitable horror franchise of all time, spanning 11 movies and generating billions of dollars, okay? Annabelle. Take my money. I mean, like, what? One of the main reasons for this is that most of the movies are allegedly based on true stories that the Warren family have experienced, right? It's spooky because it's real. These are recountings. These are basically documentaries, Nick. Basically, the Conjuring movie. Go and show a scene from The Conjuring. That happened. Remember this scene? That was real. Remember the Annabelle doll? That's real. Those who have watched all the films know how insane some of their hauntings can get. And over the years, the depiction of such tales has led many to question whether the Warrens truly live this chaotic life or if it's all smoke and mirrors, right? Yeah! After years of digging, many skeptics have delved deep into these stories to prove that everything the Warrens did was either fake or done for profit.
What?
Which one of my favorite? Yeah, well, I know. It's odd. Profiting off the skepticism and the religious beliefs of people? No. No! And watching people defend the Warrens is really funny. Well, you know, like, it's always a thing of just like, they were mavericks. You just don't understand. You don't understand Ed Warren. I think he's like the frog man or some it's a cryptid motherfucker. So today we're gonna go over the most popular cases and see what truly went down with the Warrens. Kick it! Is that going? It's kind of like Beastie Boys.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
No.
I command you in the name of Jesus Christ to reveal your identity. Good.
But before we dig too deep into the skeptic rabbit hole, we need to learn about how the Warrens began their ghost hunting career. Ed and Lorraine Warren met in 1944 at the age of 16. Ed was 46 and Lorraine was 12. No, they're both 16. You have to give Ed a little credit there. How many times have you heard that about a popular guy? In the 40s? You'd expect, I would legitimately thought Ed was like, I'm 48 and she's 11.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Exactly. She's a psychic. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just pick her up and go. I mean, that's just what happened. All right. Lorraine was a full believer in the supernatural and had supposedly possessed clairvoyant powers since she was young. I'm gonna just repeat that one more time. She's had clairvoyant powers since she was young, while Ed was a skeptical, self-proclaimed demonologist. Perfect pair.
Yeah.
Also, I love the idea of a skeptic demonologist. I don't believe in this, but I put all my thought and energy into it. I think all this shit is like wacky, kooky, but seriously, that's my entire life's work.
But that's how you get people to believe you. Because
That's, you have to have the skeptic there. I doubt it's that, right? And she's like, trying to talk to the dead or something.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like X-Files. Do you think they're based, Scully and Mueller are based on?
I think it kind of a little bit of everybody's based off of Ed and Lorraine. I think they are that infamous. You have to have the skeptic with the believer. Because the people who watch this shit believe. The thing that people like is watching the skeptic get turned. That's how you do it. You know what I mean? Ed and Lorraine, smart about it. Smart. Horrible liars. Smart people, though. After getting married, Ed would attend Yale's art school, hoping to start a career he had dropped out only 2 years later. Wondering what to do next, the couple decided to combine their interest, and shortly after Ed dropped out, they founded the New England Society for Psychic Research and began ghost hunting. I like how we kind of presented that like, if you become a failed painter, you just become a ghost hunter. According to their foundation, the Warrens spent their lives investigating more than 10,000 cases of the paranormal. As staggering as that number is, it's easy to see how they amassed this many cases given their unique methods. The Warrens would travel around to places rumored to be haunted and park outside the home, and from there, Ed would begin painting the home and make sure to include a ghost or specter somewhere in the painting. So bulletproof, dude. That's weird. Did anyone else notice this? Man, this house, there's a total spooky ghost right there. The most shitty painted ghost. Holy shit, my house is haunted. This episode's sponsored by Displate! The holidays are here, and if you're looking for the perfect gift for someone, Displate's the best place to start. Because you can capture all their passions with Displate's unique metal posters. Displate has over 2 million artworks available, ranging from original art and officially licensed designs like Marvel, Elden Ring, Warhammer, and Netflix. And these posters look stunning. The days of boring walls are over with the magic of Displate. And that's not all. One of the best things about Displate is that it's tool-free. Displates go up easy thanks to their magnet mounting system, which means no holes and no frustration, and your walls will be happier for it. All you got to do is find a place to mount your Displate and stick on the magnets. Magnets makes it easy to swap out artwork whenever you want. Now Displate has custom Displates where you can turn any image into a premium metal poster in order of minutes, like this one. Displate is celebrating Black Friday with the biggest discount ever, with up to 46%. There's no better time to grab your holiday gifts. Use the discount link in the description or use code MEAT to get 37% off when you order up to 2 Displates, or 43% off when you order up to 3 or 4 Displates, and 46% when you order 5 or more Displates. That's displate.com/papameat. Thank you, Displate, for sponsoring our video, and back to the video.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like proof of like I saw it, so I painted it.
I bet he was fucking bummed when like cameras became more and more readily available. He's like, damn it. It's the fucking painting business, I guess, with the spooky ghost paintings. All right. But then they would approach the homeowner, show them the painting, and tell them that their house has a dark spirit, while Lorraine used her gift to give specific details. So he'd be like, yeah, there's a ghost here. Lorraine told him. She's like, yeah, he's spooky. He's tall. I like to, it's insane to think in the 40s too, people were just like, oh my God, please come in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, letting them in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Because also too, I feel like people back then, just more honest. You'd have to assume. I mean, this is a dark time too. I'm just saying that it was, people are probably just more, what was it, gullible? You people were more gullible back then?
Gullible and like inviting.
Also, probably way more deeply religious.
Yes.
Yeah. You said what?
You have a ghost in my house?
Yeah.
Come right in.
Yeah, fridges are new. And they don't understand that fridges pipes move. They're like, I've been hearing tapping, and I don't know what it is. I bet you even the fridge manufacturers were like, it's a ghost. I don't know what to tell you. The fridge is fine. Their whole shtick was essentially fear-mongering people into believing their situation was worse than it actually was. And furthermore, it provided Ed with an easy way to make a career in painting without relying on any actual artistic talent. Just kind of be like, you have to, not only we rid this ghost, but you have to buy this painting and hang in your house. You have to love it forever. All right. I kind of want an Ed Warren original now.
Ooh.
That'd be kind of nice. Would it be haunted though?
Of course.
If hell is real, there has to be a demon attached to every Ed Warren original.
Do you think Ed's in hell?
Honestly, probably not.
I was gonna say, if hell is real and ghosts are real, he's probably in heaven.
I guess that's true, because then everything is noble. Yeah, I guess I we're still treating him like a con man. He's like, it's real. He's in hell. Yeah, like burning in hell forever. Once inside the home, Ed would document everything while Lorraine walked around the home finding hot spots and identifying spirits. Her preferred method was to sit on the edge of the afflicted person's bed and close her eyes. She believed that this specific place was the best place to contact the other side because it's where humans go from being awake to asleep.
Oh, it's a gateway.
It's a gateway into the dream world. Pretty good. To achieve 10,000 cases over their career, they tackled 2 cases a day. Many of these cases were from disturbed individuals who called the Warrens seeking help. While it would be a stretch to claim that the Warrens never helped anyone they reached out to, many of their significant cases began to appear much more sketchy. So I'm not saying that, I legitimately do think that the Warrens went in and they'd be like, no, this is just like a weird draft or whatever. But hey, pay me, whatever. But I feel like for some bigger cases, I think that they saw the money rolling where they're like, dude, we could milk these bitches for a long time.
That's just the smartest thing. They're just like, they know it's like, there's not going to be ghosts at everyone's place. You have to like be like, yeah, it's a draft or it's the kitchen.
If they found ghosts at every house, people would be like, really? Word? Every one of them?
They also probably knew exactly like what makes a good story. They're just like,
oh,
okay, creaking hallway. We'll just get our, fee for coming and checking it out and move on.
But yeah, schizophrenic young girl, an alcoholic father. Some girl's like, Dad drinks. Are you sure it's not a demon? I feel like they were fucked up like that. I'm telling you.
He's an artist. He's making his masterpiece.
Exactly. You see, the paint is just is on the surface, but the real painting is people's psyches. I paint their nightmares, and I steal from them. I mostly steal from them.
If you did do this kind of con, on your deathbed, would you reveal like, hey, it was it gone? Or would you just let
I
it
would
die?
only say that to myself.
Okay.
Privately, but I would say it out loud to kind of have that little bit of satisfaction. But I would never. I can immediately tell you, as soon as I put myself in that situation, I would never, because they were so showboaty about it. I don't think that they could like die knowing that like their name was smeared.
Yeah. They want to have a legacy.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. For a while, the Warrens were doing small jobs, but it wasn't until the early 70s when they would get their big break with The Curse of Annabelle. So the biggest curse of that is that all the Annabelle movies, that's what I'm telling you. Being subjected to that dumb for that long, that's the real curse, all right? In 1970, a nurse named Donna received a Raggedy Ann doll from her mother as a birthday gift. Things seemed normal with Donna and her roommate until a few weeks after the doll was brought home when strange things began to occur. At first, the doll would be found in various different positions. This would then escalate to the doll moving to a different room on its own. And after a month of this weird behavior, the girl started to find random handwritten notes with the words, "Help us," or "Help Lou," around their apartment. Ooh. Not long after the notes appeared, their friend Lou was woken up by the doll, attempting to strangle him. A Raggedy Ann doll. Yeah. When he threw the doll off, he was struck by intense chest pain and discovered deep claw marks left behind. Feeling trapped, they hired a medium who told them the doll was possessed by a young girl named Annabelle. Feeling bad for her, they let the demon stay.
Oh, a demon? No.
They let the demon stay? What do you mean? Yeah, so the doll's actually possessed by a little girl named Annabelle. Oh, I feel bad for her. All right, demon, you can stay. Are they under the impression that Annabelle is a demon? Or are they saying that the fucking demon that Annabelle hangs out with is there? This is my friend. Fucking... Feel free to stick around, bud. If it was a little girl spirit, I'd be like, oh, I feel horrible. Of course you can stay. But demon. It's just such a jump. And things only got worse and worse. Yeah, causing the local priest, Father Cook, to contact the Warrens, and after inspecting the doll, they said it was not possessed, but in fact manipulated by an inhumane force. So what I think actually happened is, she's like, oh my god, I feel bad for you, little girl, you can stay. Of course, you know, like the demon takes off its wig and its little dress, and it's like, I'm actually a fucking demon. I think is what happened.
Yes.
After their investigation, Father Cook performed an exorcism, and the Warrens took the doll home. The Warrens claimed the doll caused them to swerve and almost crash during the trip. Couldn't be Ed's alcoholism. That's actually so great to think Ed's like trash. Can you believe little doll just almost made me wreck? Lorraine's just like blacked out in the next seat over.
Yeah, in the spirit realm.
Yeah, exactly. Eyes rolling back for her head. Better have a couple before she gets back. They also alleged it once levitated in their house. After being locked away, it allegedly caused the death of a man who mocked it by crashing his motorcycle. This thing looks fucking stupid. Once again, after a couple Ed Warren Mai Tais, no wonder. Yeah, your friend drive home. Ed, I feel sore. Get the hell out of here.
I like to imagine he rolled up on the bike and made fun of it
Yeah.
and he crashed.
Hey, that doll's stupid as hell. Explodes. It is also thought to have killed the director of the Devils on the Run tour, which showcased the Warrens' artifacts nationwide. It all seems like alcoholism.
Yeah, at this time, yeah, it's just drunk driving.
It's 100% drunk driving. Gin doesn't get you drunk. It's clear. It's like water. I can't believe Annabelle killed that poor man. So, is the doll really possessed, or was it all a big hoax?
Do we have to?
Yeah, we have to do that. I wonder where we're going with this. As soon as the doll was in their possession, the Warrens immediately monetized what was supposed to be a super dangerous demonic item. It was displayed in their museum and became a major draw for visitors who would pay to see it. Not only that, but they turned the doll into a media sensation. So far, it has appeared in 11 different movies, including nearly every Conjuring universe film. And it has cameos in DC's Aquaman and Shazam. Warner Brothers also had to pay the Warrens for the rights to their story about Annabelle to use her in the films, okay? Cash cow. You don't even want to look at this thing. We will let you put her in every film that you possibly want.
Also, it's funny because it is a Raggedy Ann doll.
It's a Raggedy Ann doll.
But in the movies, they make it like a weird, creepy.
Well, yeah, because it's not scary. It doesn't actually, like, look at the normal doll and then look at the Annabelle movie doll. The Annabelle movie doll looks like a fucking, like, not even a dwarf or like a little person. It looks like they shrunk a woman down that has been dead for like 7 weeks. And like in the movie, she's just like, oh, this is the one I've been missing. And she's like significantly larger than the rest of the pieces. Okay. For the Devils on the Run tour, the advertisers intentionally spread misleading rumors that the doll had gone missing to generate more buzz and boost ticket sales. Perhaps the most damning piece of evidence is that the Warren story is nearly identical to a Twilight Zone episode released a few years earlier. In 1963, titled Living Doll, the plot follows a mother named Annabelle who gives her a doll named Talking Tina, which hates her stepdad. The doll would say that it was going to kill them and it would disappear and reappear at random. And the Warren story is almost identical down to the finest details of the Twilight Zone episode. Rod Sterling, my hat's off to you. Twilight Zone, one of the best shows of all time. I'll say it. I'll be so brave. Can I be so brave?
You may.
Thank you. Now the doll and all of the artifacts are still on tour, and comedian Matt Rife recently purchased the museum with plans to continue operating it. Matt Rife. The Annabelle doll from the movies kind of looks like Matt Rife.
I'm surprised Zach Baggins didn't buy it.
I bet you anything, Zach Baggins wanted to buy it, but he couldn't. He already had the Dybbuk box, so that about broke me. He has his own doll. He has his own spooky doll.
The one that gave me a bloody nose.
That's true. Nick did get a bloody nose in there. Be looking at the monitors. They show people passing out in the rooms and stuff. There might be one with Nick having a bloody nose, I'm telling you. With the success of the Annabelle story, it wasn't long before the Warrens found another prolific haunt. This time, they targeted the Perrons. This haunt is the plot of the first Conjuring movie and is almost identical to the Warrens' own account. In January of 1971, Roger and Carolyn Perron moved their family of 7 into a farmhouse built in colonial times and lived in by the same family for 8 generations. Long time. Old house, big house, it's spooky, right? Only one family's ever lived here over 8 generations. That's fucking insane.
Wow. Yeah.
It's crazy. According to the Warrens, the previous owners all died off in mysterious ways, from drowning to brutal murder. That is mysterious, Ed. Right after moving in, the family saw apparitions and smelled random odors in the home. Carolyn and her 5 daughters also began to find unexplained bruises on their bodies. Please.
Oh, yeah, the dad.
Yeah, the dad beat the shit out of him. He's like, if you tell anybody, I'll fucking kill you. I don't know how how it happened. It was definitely that. It's 1971. What do you think the authorities are gonna do? Can we talk to you? No, they're gonna be like, okie dokie. That's all that happened. Just like in the movie, the dog is found murder outside and things get thrown around at the home. Sometime in the mid-70s, the Warrens show up and proclaim the house to be possessed by a witch named Bathsheba. Bathsheba. Bethesda, who had previously lived on the property and murdered her own children. They would spend years coming and going from the home, trying to help the family vanquish the demon that lurked inside. It all came to an end when Bethesda possessed Carolyn, and Lorraine had to conduct a seance on her. During the ritual, Carolyn's daughters reported the chair floated in the air, and the mother screamed in tongues. And after the demon was banished, the family lived in the home until 1980, when they moved out due to financial difficulties. For years, many were shocked by what was believed to be a true story. Andrea Perron, the youngest daughter, was none too pleased. She completely dismantled all the Warrens' legitimacy through multiple interviews. According to Andrea, the Warrens just showed up out of nowhere and started investigating after hearing a rumor that the house might be haunted. I like to think they woke up one morning, the dad was like, Ed's like down there cooking bacon. You're up. Imagine this man waiting for you in your kitchen cooking bacon. Hey, early bird gets the worm, huh? She distinctly remembered that all of the insane ghost activity only started when the Warrens showed up and declared Bathsheba to be haunting at the home.
So they were beating the kids. Yeah.
It kind of almost makes it seem like, yeah, Ed would just come up and pinch us really hard at night. How'd you get that bruise? Probably because you're fucking pinching us with your big ape hands. No, that's Bethesda. She also remembered the night of the seance going completely differently. According to Andrea, the Warrens couldn't even fully conduct the seance because her father, a massive skeptic, disliked what they were doing to his wife. So he kicked the couple out and told them to never come back, fearing that their work was damaging to his wife's mental health. Fair.
So it sounds like they...
Aren't you scared right now? Here, Lorraine, grab this rope and tie it around her neck. Yeah, you guys need to leave. Okay. You know, like, what?
So it does sound like they came in and caused like mass hysteria in the wife.
They probably freaked everyone the f out. I mean, imagine someone coming out of nowhere and being like, yeah, you realize that a witch killed a bunch of people here, right? And that's why do you not hear that? They're probably gaslighting them too, I bet. Oh my God, did you guys hear that? No. Oh, it happened again. That would, if I was a kid, I'd be freaked the f out. That. Once the Warrens were gone, they lived there without any issue and eventually moved out. For obvious reasons, these details didn't quite make it in the film. Yeah, show a clip from the movie. That didn't happen. I know it's obvious, but you just have to say it out there. And I know that there's gonna be people in this video, in this comment section, that are gonna be like, how do you know? What if it was like that? What if the dad was upset? What if he was possessed while he was talking about this? I'm just going on a hunch.
I think maybe they could have brought the demon in. Or,
they'd been around a haunted doll for 10 years. Maybe they did bring a demon in. I don't know. Lorraine Warren was also involved in the production, likely to make sure that her version of the events was depicted.
Gotta make them look good.
It's insane, too. Do you have to be beautiful to be in Hollywood movies?
Nowadays. Well,
because Patrick Wilson, and I forgot who the actor is who plays Lorraine. I mean, my God, significantly better looking. Could you just not have like two fucking... That's the thing, that's what I liked about Poltergeist. The little girl was like, this house is clean.
This house is clean.
She was awesome. And it fit the movie. Patrick Wilson come in and be like, I don't know, Lorraine's pregnant and she's all weird. And Lorraine's like sitting there like looking at like a ghost hanging. She's like, Ed, this is weird. You know, she's like perfect skin. Come on. I don't believe it.
I don't buy it.
I think Ed like would walk up and be like, nice to meet you, I'm Ed. Yeah, this shit's haunted. You want to help or no? We're coming in. Today, the home is a tourist location where guests can visit, and the current owner hasn't experienced anything the parents experienced on their story. No. It's because it's clean. This house is clean.
Well, yeah,
they purged it.
Yeah.
Come on. A few years later, the Warrens would be thrust again into the media because of the Amityville case. We've covered the story behind this home before in one of our previous videos. And in short, a man murdered his entire family in their sleep in 1973. You know, fun, casual stuff. The Lutz family moves in a year later and encounters green slime, sudden cold spots, and a mysterious voice urging them to leave. The Lutzes would move out after only 28 days of living in the home, and the Warrens wasted no time bringing the media to the home. On their first visit, the Warrens brought a bunch of local news crews to investigate and record the home. Inside, they found a ton of evidence, whereas the news found, well, they didn't find anything, but the Warrens found a lot. And shortly after the Warrens left the home, they co-wrote a best-selling book and created a movie that grossed over $86 million. No big deal. And now the Amityville horror franchise has 25 movies. It is one of the most marketed and well-known ghost stories out of all of them, right? I mean, out of all the ghost stories, I feel like everybody fucking knows that stupid-ass house with those dumb-ass windows. They look cool. I'm bummed. The end of Amityville 3D fucked me up as a kid. Show the guy popping out of the sewer.
Was that your first horror movie?
That was my first one. That's why I bought the poster. That's the first horror movie I ever saw. Me up. Terrible movie, by the way. I will say the end part when the house is like collapsing, there's no way that could have been safe for the actors. That ain't CG, that's real. Like, yeah, I don't know. All of the mystery of the Amityville horror house would crumble after the Lutz family ran into money problems with their lawyer. Uh-oh, and they started talking, didn't they? Their lawyer publicly stated numerous times that the whole story was made up over a bottle of wine and claimed that they intended to make as much money off the IP as possible. It worked. It worked. And by now, it should be obvious that every major investigation the Warrens do is somehow turned into a super profitable story. Isn't that weird, right? But this trend would only continue to get worse with the Enfield Poltergeist. The Enfield Poltergeist, whatever the f you want to say it, I don't know. The possession responsible for The Conjuring 2 is maybe the most debunked case the Warrens have ever covered, which I love. That's the sequel. It's like that one, like, oh, this is a good one. They're like, yeah, the story that has been debunked the most, we'll make that the sequel. It's so good. It all started at a small town in London, England, where Peggy Hodgson began hearing loud noises in her daughter's room. She would run over to find the dresser moving by itself. Ah! Terrified, she called the police and had investigators check out the home, but found nothing. This paranormal activity continued, and so did the police checkups. It wasn't until a week later that the police would watch a chair wobble and slide across the floor, and from there, the media circus would flood the home and try to capture anything it could. What drew international attention to the case, including the Warrens, was the possession of Peggy's 11-year-old daughter, Janet. Objects and toys in her room would regularly fly around and strike Janet on the head. Oh! She even claimed that her curtains wrapped around her neck and tried to hang her. In the Scottish there. Hang her! It grew up around my head and it hung me. However, she is most known for her audio recordings, where a low-pitched, grumbly man named Bill Wilkins would talk through her and claim to have lived there before the family.
Is anybody there?
No.
Who's there?
Doctor
Doctor Who?
You don't want to fucking be, right? Janet, why are you talking like that? The debunking of the story begins with the Warrens' visit to the Enfield home. Guy Lyon Playfair, a paranormal investigator who had spent days with the family, said that Ed and Lorraine showed up at the home for only one day. They were there for a day. And during this extremely short trip, the family claimed that they didn't invite them because they had never heard of them before. They're probably like, oh, please, you've heard of me. I've never heard of you before, mate. You got a good M.M. He then states that he overheard Ed discussing how they could make a ton of money off the case. So right off the bat, the Warrens' involvement depicted in the movie is an exaggeration. It's not even, it's nothing. The only thing that's real about it is that their names are Ed and Lorraine. Okay? Even with the Warrens barely being involved, they still took the story back to the United States and lied about a ton of the details of the case. For starters, the countless interviews of Janet talking in her low-pitched voice were debunked by professional ventriloquists as a basic trick. The photo of Janet being levitated off her own bed, which was another famous piece of evidence, has also been debunked. The photos clearly showed her legs tucked under her body, demonstrating that she simply jumped off the bed before the photo was taken. Other clues that proved the haunting was faked include hidden cameras and catching Janet bending spoons and slamming a broomstick on the ceiling. There's also the interview with both Janet and her sister Margaret, where both the girls admit that the whole thing was faked, and the interview went as follows.
How does it feel to be haunted by a poltergeist?
It's not haunted.
And Margaret, in a hushed tone, did, "Shut up."
Why isn't it haunted?
I don't know.
Does it frighten you, the things that happen here?
Oh.
Who would have thought that the self-proclaimed demonologist, art school dropout, and medium were really scam artists preying on the religious fears of vulnerable people? No. We'll have to do a video ranking all the Conjuring movies. We've done it with Saw, Final Destination, Paranormal Activity. We've done a lot of them. The Conjuring would be a good one. But I gotta say this. Ed and Lorraine Warren. Fuck you.
Yeah, burn in hell.
Burn in hell. You extremely... I was gonna say on a track. Yeah, you ghastly, ghoulish men and whatever. Hey, Ed and Lorraine Warren, up yours.
Yeah, f you.
And also, if you're a skeptic out there, my God, open your eyes, please. That's all I gotta say. Doesn't mean, hey, I'm not saying that ghosts aren't real. I kind of said it a little bit. But I'm just saying that these people, definitely, they're scamming you. Scammers, all right? Scammers. Also, we did a video where we ghost hunted ourselves, and we did catch a ghost, so.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we did that for free, non-profit.
Yeah, and I did that, and I didn't even make a movie out of it. So, you know, I'm one of the good ones. Okay. All right, bye.